All right, so welcome to another one for Al Cuerpo Boxing, which means to the body. So let's get with it. Let's talk some boxing. I'm looking forward to this Wednesday. Good, big fight. I guess it's subjective if you want to call it a big fight, but Jay Opetaia versus David Nyika. This is a good matchup. It's a very difficult task for Nyika. Um, could Nyika pull off the upset in this fight on Wednesday? I'm actually picking. I'm actually picking Opetaia to beat Nika by stoppage in I'd say less than 6 rounds, and I'll give some good reasons as to why. Um, One in particular, I just can't get it out of my head is the fight in which. Remember, and keep in mind of the context, right? David Nika he has his Olympic pedigree, winning the bronze in Tokyo, right? In the Tokyo Olympics. So he has a pretty good pedigree as far as like amateur boxing goes. Is that enough to beat a lion of a pedigree, right? A Samoan lineage of boxers in Opetaia, right? So it's going to be a very very difficult task for David to handle on Wednesday. But hey, man, upsets happen. But again, one thing that I just can't get out of my head is the fight that he had against when Nika had against this guy called I think it was Lewis Masters or Masters something. Lewis, just in that fight for that type of opponent, Masters looking the significantly smaller guy, maybe if you want to call it that, but the guy did look kind of chubby. Just not in best fighting physique, in my opinion, at cruiserweight. But whatever, Nika got that win by some nice body blows. That pretty much had he won by knockout. But anyways, that fight against Masters because Masters had a hunger. He wanted it to make it a brawl, and he at times he did take Opetaia. He did take Nika to the ropes, and with just that alone, it even looked like he had some success a couple seconds of those rounds, but if that's the type of heat that he handles if Nika handles that type of pressure in that manner against Opetaia, I think Opetaia is his power is going to be too overwhelming uh, if a fight like that breaks out. Opetaia is the real deal, real Samoan power. Um, and so, but what else? What I will say about Nika is that his last name is kind of hard to pronounce if you take away the silent Y. But Nika, I think his bread and butter is body attempts, body shots. If you notice, most of his or some of his best stoppages are by body blows. Right? I think he beat the guy was it Tommy Kapansi. Um, I forgot this other guy's name. I was just mentioning that one guy, Masters, uh, and some other cats. But he's pretty good at body blows, kind of like the way Sudo Ramirez breaks down guys to the body. And again, that's expected with lanky fighters, because when you're throwing wide and looping shots to the body, usually with lanky fighters, guys with long, I guess what you call skinny arms, that impact when it lands because it's a long distance traveling to the target. When it hits, it really does damage. Trust me, man. I know from myself, I'm about 5'11", almost 6, but 5'11", and I've got really long arms. And when I overextend on body shots, the bag literally rattles more than if I'm more of an inside body punch. So those long range attacks, and that's why David Benavidez is actually really a good effective body puncher because they have such long arms, and by the time it lands on target, it's some serious impact. So I don't know. Obviously, you would think that Nika should do a very safe, friendly, at a distance fight. Use the jab as much as you can, and of course, to slow guys down. For what we know, you got to do body attempt shots, and that's where Nika is going to have to decide and to risk certain shots to get in the inside or at long range. When he fires to the body, expect the ring AQ in from Opetaia, because he's going to return some crazy firepower, man. So that's where the counterattacks is where Nyika might be very vulnerable. Another thing in their sit down, right, when they're in their face off, it was a really good face off. Both guys were very honest and humble and showed a lot of respect to each other. You could see there's some slight tension. Some good context is that Nyika, he's worked with at the Kronk gym, I think with Andy Lee. Not sure if it's his current trainer, but he has that experience. So he had some nice sparring sessions with Fury. That does boost motivations in a fighter's mental game, his ability. So maybe Nika, with his run with wins, maybe he has that on his mind that he's fought pretty much the best at heavyweight, or once upon a time the best at heavyweight, that being Tyson Fury, and he needs to bring that type of energy in a fight with Opetaia. Another thing too is that Nika said that he's not really a what you call a street fighter, right? He said he's never been in a street fight. Not really sure why he would disclose that. You guys could think as to why he would disclose that. Because of course boxing is a brutal sport. It's not a game. So, you could be friends during conferences or afterwards, but when it's a fight, man. And people die in the ring, man, and you're doing what you got to do to knock the guy out. So, and that's why Opetaia had told what's his name, Nika, that with the smaller gloves, with those 10-ounce gloves, man, it's a whole different world of hurt. Because they know at cruiser that's some serious firepower, right? Even I guess at heavyweight too, right? But it's gonna be an interesting fight, man. But I'm picking with him saying that he's never been in a street fight, man. You don't disclose those kind of things, man, because that's more of the advantage for Opetaia to really bring the heat. Because if you don't have experience in a street fight, or I guess depends on how you want to take it, or what angle you wanna take that, but again, look at the fight that Nika had against Masters, that rage that Masters had. Opetaia hits at least guys 3 times harder than Masters. Of course, that Masters guy was out of physique, not a good shape to be at cruiser. A physique like that, the guy really should be fighting like at super middleweight, or yeah, super middleweight, or like let's say 175 at most, man. Short guy. Who knows? Anyways, I'll let you guys look at those highlights in that fight. But Opetaia's run, his hunger, he's aiming for undisputed. So I think Opetaia is gonna bring a lot more heat in this fight. He's gonna want to prove a point that he could take out, bronze medalists as well. It doesn't matter if you're in the Olympics, that type of pedigree, because again, Opetaia has that Samoan lineage of boxing prestige, from his family, and of course, as you guys know, Samoan fighters, their genetics, they're the real deal, man. They're real deal, really hard fighters to put down. But again, remember a guy like Marius Briedis, obviously a lot more experience than a Nika in pro fights, if anything. I don't know, man. You guys, let me know what you guys think, man. Does Nika have enough ring IQ with his Olympic pedigree and just amateur bouts? Obviously, he has more than Opetaia, but does he have enough experience? Does he have enough? Do you think he has a good game plan to fight at the distance, to just gather points, to go 12 rounds with Opetaia? And again, remember, Nika has never been past like 5 or 6 rounds, so it's gonna be a difficult task for Nika. But again, I'm picking Opetaia for another win. I'm gonna say by stoppage in less than 6. I don't know. Just this face off got me thinking a lot. Especially him saying, Nika saying that he's never been in a street fight, and like to disclose such details like that is like, I don't know. It's just weird in my opinion. Oh, who knows? He might be bluffing with, or just fooling with Opetaia to go with some weird bait and have a game plan. But who knows, man? A lot is on the line for both fighters, I guess, right? Opetaia can't lose this fight. And Nika, if he wins this fight, he's like a new face for the Riyadh season outfit, And who knows, the winner of this is definitely gonna go for a unification with Sudo Ramirez, in my opinion. So we'll see what happens, man. Let me know what you guys think, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.